I am Ramona and welcome to Ramona Interviews. And with me in the chair today is PR guru. We're going to have so much fun. Jen Roy. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
I am really happy to have you here. Tell us a little bit about your background and let's go right into your exciting adventure, which is your company.
Well, for my background, I was born and raised in Worcester. I went to school, all Worcester schools, and ended up at Clark University, gratefully. And I had a 10-year career at Channel 3 News in Worcester, so I was in the journalism field. And then after that, I did go into community relations. I learned that being a news reporter wasn't necessarily for me. You really have to have that thick skin to be successful in that business, to see all the things you see and deal with all the tough news. And so I went into community relations, and then I was laid off. And for about a year, I was looking for the right job for me, for the right fit, it came down to for any work, and it was really difficult to find a really good job. So I opened up my own business, Jen Roy PR.
What's your website?
Sure, real easy. So my name is Jennifer Roy, and my company is Jen Roy PR. My website is jenroypr.com, and it's JENROY. And people can find my email there, but they can email me at jen@jenroypr.com.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, so it's very easy to find me.
Okay. Now, tell us a little bit about Facebook, and you said that there's something new popping, something new positive popping, which I had seen on the feed, but, you know, it's one of those things I just read through everything, and I go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, kind of like that, but you know, I'm fuzzy, I don't really know what it is. So now I have this great opportunity to find out about it. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with this Facebook page.
Sure, well, there was a few articles that came out in Worcester that I just felt that weren't very positive. And I said, you know, I think we need a lot more good news here. So the idea came to me one day to have Good News Worcester. So I started a Facebook page, Good News Worcester, and I couldn't believe I didn't think of it sooner because when I was, you know, my whole career I was a news person wishing there was good news, and I never came up with this. And so I said, you know, it's all in the timing.
Yeah.
You know, divine intervention for me. I'm very spiritual and religious. So the time is now, and I just want to fill the community with positive stories from the community about everybody, not just the people you hear about all the time. And they do deserve credit because they do wonderful things, but I want to hear about the people we're not hearing about. It's doing so well, the Facebook page, and I am having people say on that Facebook page, you know, it's about time that we have this. And it's stories that you're not necessarily going to hear in the newspaper. We had one story that just exploded, and it was about a girl, Becky Pasquale, in Worcester, who's a nurse, and during one of those bad snowstorm commutes, she saw a car that went down a ditch, and she got out of her car, and she saw a father there who was in shock, who couldn't speak, and the son was in the back seat. The father's phone was dead, and her phone was dead. So what was she going to do? She checked his vitals. He was okay. He was just in shock. She took her jacket off in that, you know, below freezing temperatures, put it on the little boy, and she went with her nurse, you know, clogs back to the street, to the main street, and she waited for 45 minutes for a car to go by to help call the emergency, you know, to call the hospital, and you know, she saved them. That was a saving the day, and she really put herself out there. And this is a type of story that necessarily isn't going to be on the news, should be, but you know, papers and, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. A lot of papers have, and they do tell good stories, but this is all good stories. And to get this story out, to be able to help get that story out, for me was an incredible blessing. And it's sort of, for me, it's a brand extension of what I do for Jen Roy PR. I like happy things, you know. I've been through difficult things, and that's why I appreciate, I think, happy things even more. But I want to give people, if I believe truly, if we talk about good news, if we think about good news.
Yeah, we're more likely to do good news because we see the kindness.
Yeah, and create it. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Yeah. And people are doing it. It's just that's not
generally
it. What
they're not recognizing
That's right.
It.
It's not getting recognized, and I look at it this way, which may be slightly different from you. I don't see it as this is about making Becky a hero.
Right.
Becky already knows she's a hero, And I'm sure that when she did it, she wasn't saying, oh, I'm going to get my 2 seconds on YouTube.
Exactly.
And if she did, you know what? I don't care because I don't live in that world.
Right.
It's more, could be her training kicked in. I have no idea. I can't speak for her.
It did kick in.
You know, she just did what she thought was the right thing to do.
Yes.
Bottom line.
Yes.
And I think that most people are heroes when they do that. It's that act of kindness that they just do because they make a determination. I can do this.
Yes.
It's, you know what I mean? It's not a judgment of if you could or you couldn't.
They just do it.
I can do this.
I can do this.
That's right. And for her, it was a heroic thing because of its circumstances. But for someone who opens the door for someone else, for someone who picks up somebody else's trash or helps somebody with the groceries.
Yes.
You know, some people say they're mundane things, but we've forgotten those things. Even my child will say to me, do you know, Ma, people don't open the door for each other anymore. And I brought him up to do that.
Yes. And
you
that's
know,
wonderful.
or some women will yell at me. I don't need you to open the door for me. I said, you know what? That's okay. If you feel good opening the door and it gives you a good life and it's not, obviously doesn't hurt anybody. It's a matter of opinion. I said, you go right ahead and open that door.
Yeah.
You know.
But you're going to raise your son a certain way, and he knows that, and it's a good way.
And he's choosing that.
Sure.
So again, those are another implications that people are really doing these good things.
Yeah.
But you're not hearing. So how does it get on, quickly, because we're going to have to wrap, how does it get on to Facebook? Because is there like a story behind it? Like, did Becky write her story and you connected to her page?
Actually, I saw it. It was in my friend feed. And I took that and I said, boom, that's good news. I look for it in the feed. Now I'm asking people to email me or to post those stories right on that page. You can post it right on that page and I'll feature those stories. People email me. They email me at tips@goodnewsworcester.com.
Okay, so tips@goodnewsworcester.com. Because we really want to promote this. I think this is fabulous.
It is. And I want it to grow. And I get those tips and I'm educating people to find the good news in their own life.
And like you said earlier off camera, I mean, it could be their sister, it could be their neighbor,
we want to know about the people, the average citizens who are doing extraordinary things. Not the people we hear about all the time. We can hear about them too, yes. But we want the stories that you're not seeing in the media. Yeah. And it's the simple things that really can make a huge difference in your life. You know, like the neighbor who shoveled out with the big ice storms and the 2 feet of snow so that their neighbor that they weren't even that close to, they just knew it was their neighbor, could come home from the hospital. Yes. You know, what is it, like a shout out? We call it. Yeah. Am I too old now? Am I dating myself here? You know, it's kind of like a shout out, but it's not. It's a story too. It's a story and it is a shout out. And people, you know, it's not about giving people necessarily the credit. It's about creating a community that's going to move forward in this. It's creating a platform because this deserves a platform. This is something that's needed. Yeah, it's almost to the point in this world today that we have to take the responsibility to make it better. Yeah, we do. And where would you like to see it go quickly? I mean, right now it's a Facebook page. Where would you desire it to be? I want it across the country. I'm right now testing Good News San Francisco, and I have a few other URLs, and I'm working to get it trademarked. And I want this to be a solid movement throughout the country. So, are you looking for interns? I will be. Yeah, I do look for writers. For this, and you know, especially across the country in different locations, and I eventually will look for writers. Yes, that'll be great. Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, I think it's a fabulous concept. So, Jen Roy Pierre. Yay! Absolutely. We wish you much success. Thank you very much for having me on your wonderful show. Thank you. Anytime. Thank you so much. Good luck. I am Ramona, and you've been watching Ramona Interviews. Have a successful week.